friends, welcome back to my channel Psychology Point. And in this video, I am going to continue with chapter 3 Meeting Life Challenges, and the topics which I am going to cover in this video I had already displayed on my screen. And this video is definitely going to help my class 12 students. Apart from my class 12 student, anyone who come across this video would be benefited from it, as this video talks about stress and stress coping strategies which can help any common person also. So if you come across this video, do watch it completely so that you can learn how to deal with the stress. I was getting lot of complaints that ma'am, your boards are not visible. So I decided to adopt to this new way of teaching, that is through these PPTs which I have prepared personally for you all. So I deserve your like, share and subscription for this. Okay, so now without wasting any time further, let's start signs and symptoms of stress. Okay, so for this, first of all, I would like you all to pay attention to this point, that the stress symptoms and stressors vary from person to person. Anything which might create a stress in me might not create a stress in you, and anything which might be the symptom of stress in me might not be the symptom of stress in you. So there are individual differences when we talk about stress symptoms. And then stress symptoms are of three types. Something which is reflected in your body, that is called physical symptoms. Some symptoms are related to your moods, that is emotions, and be something which is reflected in your behavior, that is behavioral symptoms we are going to discuss now. Now, physical symptoms include headache, stomach upset, backache, fatigue, sleep disturbances, changes in appetite, and frequent illness. See, whenever I start this chapter in the class, I tell my students that if you experience these symptoms a day or two, don't consider that you are suffering from any stress. But if these symptoms prolong for 6 months or so, then you really need to focus your attention on it and talk to the therapist, talk to the counselors, and pay attention that maybe the cause that is reflecting in your body is due to the stress. Then emotional symptoms includes anxiety, depression, mood swings, emotional outbursts, low self-esteem, worry, fear. Behavioral symptoms, these include lack of concentration, memory issues, poor decision making, inconsistent performance. So if you are finding these in the students, or if you are finding these in the employees, and it is over the period of time that you are finding this in your students or employees, then that means that it is somewhere the stress is causing these symptoms in them. So now let's proceed to the next slide. Okay, so now let us talk about types of stress. Now when I start this topic, students, they have little confusion about, ma'am, types of stress are given in the first part of NCERT, that are eustress and distress. Now you are telling us that there are three types of stress, which are physical, psychological or social. Then how to differentiate between these two? So first of all, let me clear this. Stress can be classified into two ways. One, it is how we feel, how we are feeling it. As a positive stress, then that is eustress. And one is, if we are feeling it negative feeling we are having, then it is distress. It is making us uncomfortable. We had discussed in the first video of this chapter. Now, based where it is in your body, body, mind, or social situation, from where it is arising, from where it is originating. What is the source? On that basis, the stress is physical, psychological, or social. For example, you might be experiencing headache due to overwork. Okay, so that could be physical stress. Okay, now let us see in little detail what is physical stress. Any stress that is created in your body when the body is feels tired, when you overexert, or when you do not take sleep properly, when you are not taking your diet properly, when you are suffering from any disease or any injury you have faced, that creates physical stress in you. Then environmental stress. Environmental stress generates from the surroundings in which we live in. If there is constant noise at the back that might disturb you, or pollution, or crowding, or extreme temperature, if it is very hot, very cold, that also is stressful. Now, third type of stress is psychological stress. It is unique to the individual. It is the stress which is created by your mind itself. And this might be due to when your needs are not satisfied, you experience frustration, or when you are experiencing some conflict between the two goals which you want to achieve at one particular point of time, or your own unrealistic expectation, that of your own internal pressure that I am perfect, or your social pressure that your expect unrealistic expectations by your teachers or by your parents might create psychological stress in you. Now let's come to the social stress. Stress which is arising from social relationships and demand. Again, sometime when we have adolescent, they experience lot of peer pressure, so they are experiencing lot of social stress, their relationship issues, crushes at this age, and then family expectations all create social stress in you. Hope it is clear. Otherwise you can write in the comment section and I will surely answer your doubts. Let us discuss the sources of stress, that is, from where the stress arises. So in this, first is life event. There are various events which the person experiences throughout his life. They could be positive and they could be negative. Even the positive event like marriage can create a stress because it requires change in your adjustment. और मैरिज के लिए तो कहा ही जाता है कि ऐसा लड्डू जो खाए वो भी पछता है, जो ना खाए वो भी पछता है. So anyhow, jokes apart. Next is any negative event like parental divorce creates stress in the individual. Then daily hassles, that is only in our daily routine we are having arguments, or we are having such habit like always reaching late to the class or school, that can create stress in us. Then traumatic events like road accident, natural disaster, this you all understand, that is very stressful for the individual. Then environmental stressors like loud noise, poor housing condition. In this, I will give you the example of, imagine yourself living near the site where the construction is going on, or the trains are always near the railway line, which the trains are always crossing, so that might create a stress in you. Then social work pressures like then of course the pressure which the children face from their friends or parents, and internal stressor, that is fear of failure or low confidence. For the internal stressor, I would like to say that our perception of the situation sometimes might be more stressful than the situation itself. So now let us talk about what would be the effect of stress on our psychological functioning. See, whenever we are experiencing stress, the emotional effects could be that it might create negative emotion in us. More of negative emotion means that our emotional regulation will reduce, and this will create the feelings of helplessness and hopelessness. And if this continues, then we will be susceptible to various psychological disorder. If a student experiences these emotional effect, he might withdraw himself from everyone. Next is, let us talk about cognitive effects. Cognitive effects that could be reflected is that the person might not be able to pay attention, he might forget the things, and then all this also creates negative thinking. It affects your decision making and problem solving. So it has the effect on your brain also. Then what are the behavioral effects of stress? About some behavioral effects of stress. Stress can lead to restlessness inside you. It might you might procrastinate because of stress. Then it can lead some children to the wrong direction, that they might indulge in some substance abuse. They might also experience insomnia, and it reduces your motivation to perform better. Okay, so now let us discuss some physiological effects of stress. Stress in us might activate some stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, and prolonged stress might cause cardiovascular diseases in us, high blood pressure, and also weakens our immune system, as well as lead to various gastrointestinal problems. So we need to, you know, be alert and see if we are experiencing these symptoms in the body, then we need to approach some mental health professionals. Next is, if I talk about the impact on mental disorders, of course, if it is prolonged, then you will experience anxiety, depression, and then you will not. Next is effects on social functioning. You will not be having good friends with you because you will be always negative, full of negative emotions, and that will impair your interpersonal relationships also. So you are seeing that the effects of stress can be very alarming. So we need to address the symptoms, um, you know, as and when they arise. And also, okay, that's all for today. See you in the next video.